crafters? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Manda from Manda Makes, and today we are going to attempt to make our first fall sweater. I have been going so back and forth for the last month. We are still in October. I want to have this done by November. And I've been going back and forth whether I try it in mosaic, whether I just do a top-down raglan, and I discovered that I only know how to do tapestry. So we're gonna probably just do this mostly in tapestry. We will include some other kinds of crochet in here, but it'll mostly be done in tapestry. To know what we're doing today, if you haven't seen the thumbnail picture, we are gonna be doing a sweater based on this character right here. He wears a fall sweater. He usually wears it with a jacket. I don't own the jacket, but I want to make the sweater. So I'm not gonna make it in the color he has. It's like an orange, mostly yellow orange, and then with some hints of brown. I don't like orange and I don't like yellow. And I was thinking, okay, maybe I could do it in a mustard color because I don't mind mustard, but I'm trying to empty out this wall. I think I've told you guys before that I'm trying to empty out at least half of the wall of crochet to give way for another craft. So I was like, let me just go with what I bought. So today we're going to be picking out the colors. I'm torn between the middle section that I'm going to do. So right now, for sure I know that the project is going to have this, and this color is toffee. So I'm gonna be doing not the main color in this. So this is gonna be like the accent color. The main color, because where his main color is yellow, I'm gonna substitute the main color of his sweater for this cream. I believe this is cream and not ivory. Yes, so cream. So the main sweater, the bulk of the sweater is gonna be in this cream by Big Twist. I bought it when Joann's was going out of business, so I have a crap ton of it. The accent color is gonna be, for the most part, this toffee, and then there's like 4 colors in this sweater. So I'm thinking it has like a darker, and now so I'm using, instead of orange, toffee for the most part. And then they have a brown already, so I have this brown that I think I only used for my Animal Crossing bell bag hat. If you've never seen it, it's on the channel. I'll link it up above. I used my circular knitting machine for it. I'll probably be making another one for myself, but I have this brown that I haven't been using, so I'm gonna be using this brown, and this one I believe is called chocolate. So those are like my 3 main accent colors. So the main body, where the yellow is gonna be this, where the orange is, for the most part, is gonna be this, where the brown was, is gonna be this chocolatey brown, which I think will complement these colors nicely. And then here's where I'm torn. There are gonna be leaves, like you see this leaf right here. It's usually done in green. Now I have green because it was left over from my daughter's mermaid tail blanket, so I could do it in green, but I think it would look so divine in this, like, to complete the fall look, in this wine color. But I do have to make myself another hat. I'm making myself a Harry Potter hat with like a hole in the middle for myself, because I made myself earmuffs, and last year I was so cold. I was like, this year I'm making myself a hat. So I gotta make the hat first. But if I have enough of this color left, I think I want to do the leaves in this like wine color. If not, we definitely have this green left. I have 2 skeins of it. So I have a complete skein that's never been used, and I have this that would probably take up the rest of this project and finish this. So technically I probably should use this green, but I think the wine is so pretty, and I think like if we're looking at the color palette, let's take out that color palette again. I think it would look so good, whereas I feel like the green will throw off the color palette. And I really want this to be like a fall sweater. So this is the main color palette. This is the I already know this is the palette I'm using. I just haven't decided whether this is gonna be the accent color or that green is. I think this would be perfect, but I might not have any of it left, and I really want to make myself a hat first. So I got to do the hat first. Then if I don't have any of that wine color, that makes the decision for me. If I have the wine color, I'm still going to be a little torn because the leaf is always in green, but in his sweater, it's orange. I could be just make it in this brown and just leave the color palette as this, but I think like to make it more of like an autumn fall sweater, I think that wine color would be divine. So this is my color palette. I don't think I'm gonna be adding any more colors, so either 3 or 4. I mean, I could just do it in this color palette and I'd be all set, but I think this is a nice fall color palette, and then it'll get rid of, look at that, it'll get, if I use that whole ball, which I suspect for this project this ball will be completely used up. I don't think that this one will be, because this one's accent colors, and this one might get used up because it's gonna be accent colors as well. I have more brown as well, so if I don't have enough for I'm gonna do my Animal Crossing hat first. I have this that doesn't go through the knitting machine. This is the Red Heart brown that I bought, so if I don't have enough of this, I could always use the Red Heart brown in the darker shade, because you know it's not crochet, it's crochet and not meant to go into the machine. So I do have options for a darker, like toasted brown color. So yeah, those are the what I want to make. But for sure, these are gonna be like the colors, and I think it's gonna be great. Like I said, this cream is replacing the yellow, and this is replacing the orange, because I don't want to buy more yarn than I need to, and I already have these, and I think these are the perfect like fall colors in that palette. So I guess we'll get going on to this pattern. I think I'm gonna be creating this pattern in the, like, you put a box here, you put a box on top, and then 2 longer rectangles for the sleeve, and I think that's how I am gonna create this project. Like I said, I was gonna do a top-down raglan, but I don't know how to construct that, and I want to have this ready by November, and currently I think today's date is October 13th. So if I don't get this started now, I'm not gonna have it ready by November. So starting it now, trying to have it ready for my fall project. And I am so in love with these colors. I originally bought these to make amigurumi dolls, but I'm like, I like Ami enough, but I don't find that I like to keep the Ami. I have my Pokemon plushies, and I think that's enough dolls, so I'm just gonna use those because I bought all of these. I even have like a peachy color for doll making. I think I'm gonna scrap the whole doll making thing and just make myself a beautiful sweater with the Animal Crossing character, his fall sweater, and I think that's where we're going. So we'll see. I'll see if I show you guys the progress. Hopefully I don't make too much mistakes, because I do have to incorporate, I'm gonna be doing the most part in like a double crochet, and if we're doing tapestry, it has to be done in single. I've never done tapestry in double. I'm pretty sure there's a way to do it without making it look bad, but since I don't know how to do that and I just want to have this project ready in time, I'm gonna do, for the most part, I'm gonna, like, from my waist up to here is gonna be in double, up to here is gonna be in double crochet, because I want the leaf pattern that's on his sweater to go like right here. So, and then there's like a chevron. There are like two places where there's a chevron pattern. So there's a chevron pattern underneath the leaf, and then there's a chevron pattern above the leaf. And then I'm gonna try to create a ribbing, a two-color ribbing. So that's gonna be fun to try to learn. If I don't create a two-color ribbing, I'll just single crochet around to make the neck hole, because it's gonna be four squares. And I think that's how we're gonna go. I think that's gonna be it, and I think that'll be perfect for this project. So I will see you later. Okay, so I'm getting ready to start with this color. I'm gonna do the ribbing after, just because I think doing the ribbing on the clothing is easier than starting with the ribbing and then making the clothing. So I'm gonna start with the clothing. I am not a center pull girl, especially on a big skein of yarn, because I have seen how badly that goes. Even though for the most part in the beginning the center pull works lovely, it's when you start getting towards the middle where it starts bunching up. And I'm trying to have as little to kind of as little to weave in as possible. So we're just gonna find the center. Oh, we found the center. All right, so I am going to start my project. I'm thinking of doing the whole project in a 4.5. I usually am a 5, but because I'm doing a lot of this in double crochet, I'm going to use a 4.5. If I have to for the tapestry portion of it, I'll probably switch to a 5, which, because I'm a little tighter tension with the tapestry, it'll probably loosen up the stitch a bit. So I always start a whole size up when doing my chains. I'm gonna do this to measure. So I have to have it a bit wide because I'm a big lady. This is gonna be a made to measure pattern, and I would love, if I can figure this out, love to be able to do this for other sizes, and make this pattern work for other people's sizes. So we'll see if I get this done, and I can get pattern testers for it in different sizes that are not me, because I think I will try to do size 3XL. I should probably look up what a size 3XL is and then do it that way instead of just off my measurements. Exactly. That's what I'll do. I'm going to look up what a size on the chart for a 3XL is, and I will, just because I have a bigger bust. Usually I'm not, but my bust is pretty big. So I need a wider area. So I'm going to go look that up, and then I will measure the starting chain to where that bust, where that is, and I think that's how we'll go. So hopefully this works. Okay, so I know most people don't talk about the bad things that happen during their crochet projects, but I usually do. So I had this as a whip, right? And this was gonna be my, the start of the project, and I hate this. I did find a thing by TLC Yarn Craft where she shows us how to do the ripple stitch, and it's kind of what I was doing here, but she didn't do the half double crochet, and then she did some stuff, and so I'm gonna use her ripple stitch border, but I think it's in 28. And also the other thing, right, is I was like, oh, I thought that the square that I made for my shirt was too narrow. I thought, oh, it's gonna be so tight, I might want to make the next one bigger. And once I put this project together, my Halloween costume back together, I was like, oh, it's perfect, it fits me fine, I love the fit, minus the length. This was too long. So what I'm gonna do is tear this all back. Thankfully I've only ever cut it in one area. This was the brown, And since brown is not, the dark brown is not the major portion of this project, I should be able to just tear that back. And I'm gonna start again. I'm gonna do, I think this one was 37 wide and the other one was 33 wide. I think I'm gonna go back to 33 wide. I know the pattern that she had for the stitch was uh you needed at least sequences of 28. So I know I have to do sequences of 28. And while I was looking at the project, I was like, oh dang, it looks like he has like a diamond pattern, not so much of a diamond pattern, but slightly a diamond pattern on the thing. And I was like, oh, I didn't like the double crochets to begin with, to be fair. So what I am gonna do is, she also has like, she does a lot of Tunisian crochet, and I want to learn Tunisian crochet. Now this might be dumb trying, because I could do, there is a diamond pattern in crochet and I could just do the diamond pattern in crochet, but I don't like how like pulley it is. Like you could probably pull it in the middle if you wanted to, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna do the Tunisian diamond pattern that she has. And the only thing is that that one has to be an odd number. So what I said to myself was, well, I can do this part in an odd number and just subtract one stitch and make it even. I will at least try to get it close to 28. And then if I have to subtract one when I start the wave pattern, then I'll just do that. So I'm gonna use a lot of her patterns. I'm gonna try Tunisian crochet. I have no idea what Tunisian crochet hook I should use. If I should use a 4, I heard that you want to go a lot lower than your project, but I only have 3 Tunisian crochet hooks. But either way, I'm gonna tear this all apart, and it's so sad because I did have a lot done. It was like kind of already getting ready for the middle portion. And I think what I want to do is also, I need to create a a swatch of like how big I want the things to go. So I might create a swatch with 28, because that's where she showed us the swatch of 28. And I think the tapestry fits in a swatch of 28 as well. So that'll be perfect. So every 28 rounds, there'll be the little Animal Crossing leaf. And I think that should work with every 28. So I have to just make sure that this is in multiples of 28. So I think I have to get to 33 wide in 33 wide with multiples of 28 or close to 28 stitches, so that I could do the chevron pattern. Because this chevron pattern, I don't know what I was doing, and I was trying to find one that started from straight and I couldn't. And I'm subscribed to her, so I don't know why I couldn't find it. But that's enough of me yapping. I'm sorry, you're like listening to my process of how I'm going through things. So yes, I'm gonna try the Tunisian crochet stitch here on the bottom in the 28 and see how that works. Then chevron it, then do a swatch of the thing just to see how high everything is measuring, because I think I need to stop the leaf, because the leaf has to go from here, from this shoulder to here, and then the other pattern on top, and then it's gonna have a long turtleneck type thing, but in different colors. So I don't even know how I'm gonna do that. So that's gonna be fun to figure out. I think because it's 3 colors, I'm gonna have to take a whole I really don't know how I'm gonna do that, but we'll figure that out. I do see that she does have a Tunisian ribbing pattern, so I might use the Tunisian ribbing pattern on the neck to make it like a turtleneck type thing. I don't really usually like things on my neck, but turtlenecks, for some reason, it's either I don't have anything on my neck or turtlenecks. So I think I could do with the turtleneck as long as the yarn is soft. And this yarn is so scrumptiously soft. Oh, it's softer than the other big twist, but I don't know if it's because this is in double crochets. I don't know if it'll stay soft if it's tighter. I'm hoping not, because right now this yarn is so soft. Anyway, that's enough of me yapping. Let me get to to frogging this whole thing and starting from scratch. Okay, so I have a problem. I pulled back and frogged the whole project because I saw that it had kind of a textured stitch and I wanted to make it a little less wide because I had made it too wide, overcompensating for what I thought I needed. And now I love this stitch. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's the Alpine stitch. And it's beautiful, but it's too thick. Look at how thick that is. I'm going to run out of yarn so fast. So, and this is the problem, right? I did it in this whole length here. I should have done it in like, done the swatch like I said I should have done. And I didn't. I did not do the swatch. So now I have this beautiful Alpine stitch that is way too thick that I worked too long on. I'm thinking I didn't want to try the diamond stitch or the waffle stitch. He has some kind of texture, but I might end up doing linked double crochets because I did that double crochets and I did not like them. But I might try a linked double crochet. It might not give me the texture that I want, but it'll give me the closeness of the stitches that I want. And the project, when I do the ripple, will have to be double crochet. So I'm thinking a double crochet is probably the best one to use. And then I'll come back and do the tapestries obviously in single crochet when it's time to do the tapestry part. But I definitely need to do a swatch. So next time I come back, I might just see me here doing a swatch because I keep I don't want to, and the thing is I don't want to pull this off, but I need what I want to learn. Things I want to learn in this project. I want to learn how to do a starting chain with a standing single crochet so that I can start the chain up. But the problem is that I'm going to be doing double crochet, so I don't know if there's a standing double crochet with a starting chain. But I started with the opposite color, like the dark brown, started in the dark brown and then switch over to the light brown because the dark brown is going to be the ribbing on the bottom and I kind of want to have a line before the ribbing, so it would make sense to have a line of single crochets on the bottom and then start the ribbing on the bottom. So that's where we're at. But oh my goodness, this might be to, let me see if I lower the brightness. Let me lower the brightness. Sorry guys, you got a full view of my gray hairs, and for some reason I cut my bangs and they just do not want to lay flat. But let's see. I wonder if you can see it now, the Alpine stitch that I was working with. So pretty, so pretty. And I like the fact that the loops aren't loose, which is what I was concerned about with the other one. We'll see. I guess I will start it in the other color. I'm just gonna frog this because obviously I can't keep this. I like the length though. I feel like it's gonna sit pretty nice. And this is about the same width as my my other sweater that I made. But so pretty, so much work, but so pretty. I can see this like as a scarf or something. This would be so thick. But for a shirt, it's gonna just eat up too much yarn because of how I don't know if you guys can see the thickness of it, and I'm not used to having my crochet project that thick, and it's gonna be a sweater and I don't want that heavy. Start again, I guess. Oh, and today this is where I'm at. Today is November 10th. So will I get it done before Thanksgiving? Probably not. Now that I had to take a week off. Boyfriend came over for a week and all I did was frog the project. I didn't do any crocheting for the whole week. I tried to do some video editing, but other than that, we were just playing video games and hanging out for most of the time. Unfortunately. So now I'm starting super late. I'm starting over basically. I'm starting this project over, even though I at least know what I want to do for the top portion. I just don't know what I want to do for the middle portion. And I'm thinking that link double crochet might be the best, but it doesn't give me like, if you look at the picture, the project looks like he has some kind of like diamond pattern, but I don't know if it's gonna eat up too much yarn trying to do that. So a link double crochet might be the, you'll see what I come up with in the next clip, but again, November 10th. Okay, so I have now finished the swatch. This is a huge swatch because I wanted to know the height, and this is as high as it's gonna be. I didn't do the intarsia method on this. I'll do it when it's time because I don't like it going through, but I didn't want to cut anything, so you'll see yarn hanging over. It's just to get the size, but this is what I got. Now I didn't do the lower half because what I'm gonna do is measure what I need to do from here, so it's supposed to end here. Now I'll add a little bit more for shoulders on the parts that need shoulders, but essentially this is gonna be the whole pattern, right? And I just need to figure out what I'm gonna do with the bottom. I might have to start the bottom because it looks like the double crochet rounds kind of widen it a little bit. Either that or because I started the double crochet without the link stitch over here, and then I mean over here, and then I linked them over here. I might just have to go with a smaller crochet hook on this one, and then when I get to here, because these are all 5s, I think I might have to go for the 4.5 when I do the link double crochets down here, and the rest of them seem fine. Like, it's fine where it's at. It's just over here where it got too wide, and again, this might be because I didn't link the double crochets here, so I'll have to test that real quick, a little smaller swatch. But I wanted to be able to measure, and let me measure with you guys so that that you know more or less where it's hitting. Now this doesn't account for adding shoulders. I'll have to count how many I'm adding in shoulders, but because this is like 1/4 of the panel, and not like the rest of the panel will hit low here, right? And then I'm just gonna add over here on the 2 corners. So this is how much it is here, and I'm not gonna add too much because the ribbing on the thing looks like it comes up pretty high, like turtleneck style. So let me get the actual measurements. This is without accounting for the shoulders. And I'm gonna start where I started the pattern, which is, I'm not even gonna count the first row, only from where I started the pattern. From where I started the pattern, it's 16 inches low. I don't even need too much more to get past the 16. So at least I know from where I want my neck pattern to be, because the neck is here, and then I'll just, like I said, I'll count for shoulders over here, just not here, because I don't like this to sit too close to my neck. But so this is essentially where I want the middle pattern, the middle one to be, and it hits exactly where I want it to hit, like on my chest level. And I just got to figure out how much longer it has to be. So starting from this set of double crochets, where I start the pattern, I got to figure out how many linked, and the linked double crochets look so much better. I even did the linked double crochets on the chevron pattern up here, and I think it came out really nice. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm gonna, I don't think I'm gonna make it in time now, but we shall see, because I did this in 2 days, but this is only 1/4 of the front panel. I gotta do this 8 times, and I decided I'm gonna add another line here, because I don't know if you can tell, it kind of moved down. So I think I'll add another line here. And even if I decrease when I come back to the, because I did 28 here. It's supposed to be 28 here as well. It might be 29 here, and I might have just decreased by accident. So what I'll do is I'll make sure I add 29 on the tapestry, so that in case it is 29, then I'll have 29. If it's 28, I'll just do a decrease before I start this pattern here, because the chevron pattern is slightly wider than than the pattern, but I think it came out great. I hope you guys like it, because hopefully, and I used red heart brown, but I'm definitely not going to be using the red heart brown, especially since this is going to be coming close to my neck. Now it is a more sturdy yarn, but it's so rough. I'm definitely going with Big Twist. I'm gonna have to use the Big Twist brown, even if I don't finish the hat that I'm supposed to make with it. I'm using the Big Twist brown on this. And I think I've decided, like, everywhere the orange was, I'll just use the brown. I wanted to do this in wine. And maybe I can still do it in wine, because I am gonna, like, have a big bobbin. So I might do, like, one in wine and one in brown, one in wine, one in brown. But, or I could just keep it simple, and this, keep it as this is the color swatch, which would be that every place there was an orange is the toffee, every place that there was a yellow, I use cream, and everywhere there was like a brown, I use a dark brown or a chocolate brown in case of the Big Twist. But yeah, so I think I like it. I think this is what we're going with, and I just got to get the measurements so that I have the rest of the thing from my neck down to my waist. I am going to be adding a ribbing on the bottom, so I'll allow for a seam allowance for ribbing as well. And what I might do is I might start the chain with this color, or the first row of crochets with this color, in a single crochet, so that when I attach the ribbing on the bottom, that it'll look nicer. Because when I attach the ribbing on my other sweater that I made, you could see like the gapping and stuff, where the ribbing, where I grabbed the ribbing without, because I didn't do a row of single crochets. So if I start with the row of single crochets on the bottom, or yeah, if I start with the row of single crochets before we go into the half doubles, I think we should be fine. So I think that's what I might do. I might start with a row of single crochets in the toffee color, and then go into the cream color in the half double crochets, linked half double crochets. So this is the first time I've ever done linked half double crochets, and they look so nice. Like I said, again, I even linked the top ones, and this circle is so hard. I don't know that I mastered it, but this is as good as I think I'm gonna get. So I hope you guys like it, because hopefully in the next one you see me, either this bottom half should be done, and then we'll work on tapestries. Again, I'm gonna make bobbins out of each one of these browns. Or maybe, yeah, I'm gonna have to do bobbins out of the browns and the creams, but the creams are gonna go from this side to this side, so we'll have lots of bobbins going through, because I do not like that you can see the color running through. This is why I do not like doing tapestry crochet with something light underneath. And I did see that somebody one time, like, they grabbed a marker and like did it in the same color, but that would be a lot of marker work, and I'm not gonna do it. I'll just do intarsia crochet. But all right, I'll see you in a little bit.